Ever pondered if the universe is infinite? It's a question that stirs the imagination, isn't it? The cosmos, vast and limitless, is filled with celestial bodies of unspeakable beauty, each holding its own unique mysteries. From twinkling stars to swirling galaxies, these wonders are waiting, just waiting to be discovered. And what's our key to unveiling these cosmic secrets? A telescope. Yes, a simple yet powerful tool. With the power of a telescope, you too can unlock the wonders of the universe. A telescope, a simple yet powerful tool, can be your personal gateway to the cosmos. You see, a telescope is like a time machine. It captures light that has traveled across unimaginable distances, light that began its journey perhaps millions, even billions of years ago. This light, when it finally reaches us, carries with it the story of the universe, and the telescope, well, it's the decoder ring, the translator that allows us to read that story. Let's break down how it works. At its core, a telescope collects light. It's a bit like a bucket in a rainstorm, gathering up all those drops of water. But instead of rain, a telescope gathers photons, particles of light. The larger the telescope, the wider the bucket, the more light it can collect. This is why we say that a telescope gathers light. Once the light is gathered, it's channeled through a series of lenses or mirrors, depending on the type of telescope you're using. These lenses or mirrors, they're the heart and soul of the telescope. They magnify the light, make it bigger, make it brighter. It's a bit like when you use a magnifying glass to look at the fine print in a book. In the case of a telescope, the fine print is the distant stars, galaxies, and nebulae. Finally, the magnified light is projected onto your eye. It's as if the telescope is painting a picture directly onto your retina. And what a picture it is. Through the eyepiece of a telescope, you can see the rings of Saturn, the moons of Jupiter, the ghostly glow of distant galaxies. You can witness the birth and death of stars, the dance of celestial bodies across the cosmic stage. The universe in all its vastness and complexity is brought within your reach. You become an explorer, a discoverer, a cosmic voyager, and all you need is a telescope. With a telescope, a clear night sky becomes a playground for exploration and discovery. Ever wanted to map the moon's craters from your backyard? Now you can. Imagine peering through your telescope and seeing the rugged landscape of the moon as if you're an astronaut orbiting above. Mapping the moon is an exciting and accessible way to engage with the cosmos, and all you need is a telescope, a clear night, and a bit of patience. First things first, you'll need to aim your telescope at the moon. This might sound simple, but it's crucial to get it right. The moon is a moving target, so take your time and remember it's not a race. Once you've aimed your telescope, the next step is to focus. This is where you'll bring the moon's features into sharp relief. You'll want to use a lower power eyepiece initially to get as much of the moon in view as possible. Then, once you've got the moon in your sights, you can switch to a higher power eyepiece to zoom in on specific areas. Now comes the fun part, sketching what you see. You might be thinking, but I'm no artist. And that's okay. You're not trying to create a masterpiece. You're making a record of your observations. Note down the large craters, the dark patches known as Maria, and any other noticeable features. As you continue this process over several nights, you'll start to see changes in the moon's appearance. This is due to the moon's phases and the changing angle of the sun's light. It's a fascinating process to observe and track. What's more, by mapping the moon, you're following in the footsteps of the great astronomers of the past, like Galileo, who made similar sketches over 400 years ago. So grab your telescope and start exploring the moon's surface. It's a journey of discovery that's literally out of this world. Moon mapping is a simple yet thrilling way to start your astronomical journey. Ready to track the planet's movements across the night sky? As we continue our journey across the cosmos, our next stop brings us to our celestial neighbors, the planets. These wandering stars have intrigued astronomers for centuries, and now you have the opportunity to observe them in your own backyard. To begin with, you'll need to know where to look. Planets follow a path across the sky known as the ecliptic, the same path followed by the sun and moon. As the Earth rotates, this path moves, causing the planets to rise and set. But don't worry, there are many astronomy apps that can help you locate them. When observing planets, you'll notice they don't twinkle like stars. Instead, they shine with a steady light, making them relatively easy to spot. So dust off that telescope and have a look. You'll be amazed at what you can see. Let's start with the largest planet in our solar system, Jupiter. With a good telescope, you can see its cloud bands and its 4 largest moons. Over time, you'll notice these moons change position as they orbit Jupiter, giving you a first-hand view of the cosmic dance. Next, we have Saturn, the jewel of our solar system. Its iconic rings are a sight to behold, and over time you can track the tilt of these rings as Saturn orbits the Sun. Closer to home, we have Mars, our red neighbor. Its reddish hue is unmistakable, and if you observe it over several months, you'll notice it moves differently than the other planets. This is because Mars has a similar orbit to Earth, leading to interesting movements across the sky. By patiently observing and tracking these planets, you'll start to understand their unique paths across the sky. You'll see them move, change, and dance in the celestial ballet. This isn't just about seeing planets, it's about understanding their movements, their rhythms, and how they're all part of the grand cosmic choreography. By tracking the planets, you become an active participant in the cosmic dance. Fancy a closer look at the glittering star clusters and colorful nebulas? Well, you're in luck, because with a home telescope, the cosmos can become your own personal playground. Star clusters and nebulas, these are the celestial parties where stars hang out. Star clusters are large groupings of stars, some containing hundreds of thousands of stars, all bound together by gravity. They're like cosmic cities in the vast emptiness of space. Observing these clusters can be a breathtaking experience. They'll appear as fuzzy patches of light at first, but as you adjust your focus, individual stars begin to pop into view. The Pleiades and the Hercules cluster are great starting points for beginners. Now, onto the nebulas. Nebulas are massive clouds of dust and gas where stars are born. They're like the maternity wards of the cosmos. When observing nebulas, you're witnessing the very processes that led to the creation of our own sun and solar system. Finding a nebula can be a bit tricky, as they're often faint and spread out. But don't let that discourage you. The Orion Nebula is a great one to start with. It's relatively bright and can be found in the Sword of Orion, just below his famous belt. When observing these celestial wonders, patience is key. Allow your eyes to adjust to the darkness and take your time to explore. Use a star chart or a sky-gazing app to help you locate these objects. And remember, what you're looking for isn't always a clear, sharp image. It's about the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the sense of wonder you feel when you realize you're looking at a distant galaxy or a nebula where stars are being born. So grab your telescope and set out on your journey. Explore the cosmos from the comfort of your own backyard. Observing star clusters and nebulas can give you a sense of the universe's grand scale and beauty. Exploring the cosmos with a telescope is a journey of wonder and discovery. As we've journeyed through the universe today, we've seen how our home telescopes can be portals into the great expanse of the cosmos. Our exploration began with the Moon, our closest celestial neighbor. We've mapped its surface, tracing the paths of craters and mountains, all from the comfort of our backyards. Then we ventured further, tracking the planets in their celestial dance. With patience and a keen eye, we've seen Jupiter's bands and Saturn's rings, marvels that once were only accessible to high-powered observatories. Our journey didn't stop there. We dove into the realm of star clusters and nebulae. We've witnessed the birth of stars within the stellar nurseries of nebulae and gazed at the distant glow of globular clusters, reminders of the universe's ancient past. Astronomy is more than just a hobby, it's a voyage of discovery, a testament to human curiosity. Our telescopes, however humble, are the tools that allow us to reach out to expand our understanding of the universe. They bring into focus the blurred edges of our knowledge, sharpening our view of the cosmos. These experiments we've conducted today, they're not just for fun, they're steps in the grand journey of astronomical exploration. Remember, the cosmos is vast, but with a telescope you can bring it right into your backyard.